Hey, good morning, my friends. This is MLive Chief Meteorologist Mark Torregrossa. Hey, there's not a whole lot going on in weather today or the next few days other than just great weather. So I thought, hey, let's take a walk through my neighborhood in Frankenmuth and talk about the weather here. Weather to die for is what I'm calling it. Wow, could you imagine if a summer was like this? Everybody would want to move to Michigan. Of course, we know the downside is some folks don't like winter. I like all the seasons myself. So what we're looking at really is not much going on in weather. We have a couple over the next, let's call it 6 to 10 days, we have a couple of Canadian high pressure systems that will move in, and each one of those kind of goes with a little formula. You cool off, maybe highs in the mid to upper 70s in the afternoon, morning lows down into the mid 50s. Usually this time of the year about a 20-degree temperature spread between the daytime afternoon high and the morning low temperature if it's a clear and calm night. And as far as rainfall goes, I wouldn't call it entirely dry. Northern Michigan, northern lower Michigan, and the UP could have a couple little spurts of showers here the next 3 or 4 days. Not today, not tomorrow. Tomorrow's Thursday. And then maybe on Friday or Saturday, a shower here or there. Southern half of lower Michigan should stay dry. Hey, see, everybody is loving this weather. I know it. It's just such a nice weather pattern. Southern lower for the weekend should be dry. Hey, shout out to Frankenmuth and GVF. I don't know what GVF is. A next solid chance of rain for lower Michigan probably on Monday or so. That's the next cold front, and then another one of these Canadian high pressure systems. So your formula is going to be mid to upper 70s for a day, then low 80s. We're in that low 80s today and just blue skies. It's beautiful. I mean, you can't beat this kind of weather at all for summer. And then we're into the mid 80s in many spots on Thursday and Friday and the weekend. So it's going to be nice and summery. It's not going to be too cool for us hot weather lovers. And then we'll go back after rain to some 70s and low humidity. So I'm starting to feel like the hot weather that we had last week, probably the hottest of the summer. And I guess I got to point out that our average high temperature starts to go down about now, maybe within the next week, about a degree every 5 or 6 days. And in August, it starts to go down a degree every 4 or 5 days. And of course, we know we can have some just blistering hot temperatures. We can have our hottest weather of the year in August. We've even had hottest weather of the year in September one year, a couple of years back. But this year, I'm kind of feeling like we've probably had our hottest weather, and then we're just gonna settle into great summertime type weather. Hey, yeah, great day for a car wash. That is a good point. You know, over the years, I have always been hounded by the car wash owners, and they say, oh, meteorology, they're always forecasting rain and it hurts our business. And I will be honest, the field of meteorology and 95% of meteorologists are what I call wet biased. If there's a slight chance of a shower or thunderstorm, it's in the forecast. And then you see that and you say, oh, it's gonna rain. I am what I call a dry biased forecaster. And that means that I tend to not forecast rain as much as it will happen. You know, on the 20% chances, I avoid sometimes forecasting the rain, and I'm right more often than I'm wrong, but occasionally it burns me. Like, I took a little heat. I wrote this article about too hot to rain on Friday and Saturday. It worked out generally, but not in the exact specifics that someone wants, and so on the edge of that cap we did have thunderstorms, and I thought that cap would break down Sunday night. No, when did it break down? Saturday. I thought that cap would break down Saturday night. No, when it would break down? 3 to 6 p.m. Saturday. I was totally wrong. No, guess what? I was off by about 3 hours, 5 days out into the future. That's what's happened actually in our field, is that we've gotten so accurate that now you expect it down to the minute or to the half hour or hour, and when we're an hour off, we're wrong. So we've kind of brought that on ourselves by forecasting down to the minute and to the hour, but the technology allows us to do that 90% of the time now, and we're wrong occasionally. So I'm actually very happy with the way the field of meteorology is going on accuracy. It just continues to increase every year. Now, one thing I am not happy about is our upgraded US model, the GFS. Can I use the word sucks? To me, after they upgraded, it sucks now. They got to do something. They got to do some tweakings. And what it was they upgraded the engine of it so that they can continue to upgrade it and increase the accuracy. And I think they got to get into that part now, is they got to start increasing the accuracy. European model has still just been right on the money. It's been the go-to model. Unfortunately, we can use that to make the forecast. It's just they don't allow us to show that to you because they have a different way of funding that. Places like the Weather Channel, and I don't know what the exact figures are now, but a few years ago I know that places had to pay $200,000 to get that raw data immediately, and then if they wanted to redistribute it, they had to pay $40,000. So you can see what that would cost an operation, a local state operation like MLive, to redistribute the data from the European model. This is typically my walk path, by the way, through Frankenmuth. Great little town to walk in. One thing I like is the wind is light. Hey, good morning, everybody. If you got any questions or any comments, now on the severe weather, I get a lot of emails. Hey, this was a tornado. We had some trees down and the tops are twisted. You got to remember that even a straight line wind is not entirely straight. There are still little vortices, the last 15 seconds, 30 seconds, a minute, as a straight line wind is coming through. There's still some swirl. So just because something isn't laid straight over and it has a little twist in it doesn't mean it was a tornado. So far in this severe weather outbreak that we had, I didn't see any tornadoes officially declared. All of it was straight line winds. Here in Frankenmuth, we were without power in my neighborhood from 3 p.m. Saturday to 5 a.m. Monday. Well, I didn't feel like it was that bad of a storm. At my house, I estimated 45 miles an hour. The water treatment plant, which is just a block away, has an anemometer, and they recorded 49. So I did pretty good at estimating it, the measurement. And I probably was even right because I'm low down in, and their anemometer sits up high, which it should sit up at about 30 feet, I think, is the official elevation for an anemometer. By the way, we still have ash trees, green ash trees, left here in Frankenmuth. They saved them when the emerald ash borer was going through. Yeah, love to dry clothes outside. What a thought, Don't do that anymore, but man, that was a great way to do it and save electricity too. Frankenbooth, is that the mitten? I don't know where you're going there. All right, so there's the update on weather, real quiet, weather to die for. There will be a couple little quick showers move through over the next 5 to 7 days. but I'll keep you updated on that. Otherwise, just get out and enjoy it. We're looking at high temperatures in the mid 70s to mid to upper 80s. Occasionally a day or two the humidity creeps up to somewhat uncomfortable. Then in comes a cold front next Monday, squelches that humidity once again and brings the temperatures back down to gorgeous, and then we do it all over again. No signs of oppressive heat right now, no signs of big storm systems, no signs of hurricanes. Whew. Let's just enjoy it. Mother Nature's taking a break for a while, and we will enjoy it. I'll continue to post, but it won't be about all kinds of weather mayhem, probably. I'm MLive Chief Meteorologist Mark Torregrossa. Thanks for joining me on this morning weather update through the neighborhoods of Frankenmuth. Beautiful place if you get off the beaten path in Frankenmuth and take a walk. Nice little quiet town. We'll see you back here tomorrow. Bye-bye.